Hi, I'm delighted to speak on invention and innovation, a defining moment in the Philippines. For perspective, in US, only commercialized invention is innovation. In France, all inventions are innovation. In Philippines, you gotta first explain invention and innovation. Fundamental puzzlement over these two words is due to two factors. First, intellectual property, wherein said words are key concepts, is not taught in Philippine schools that are traditionally still focused on rote memorization and curriculum mastery. Crusading crash courses on creativity and innovation are yet in fits and starts. Second factor, there has never been much agreement among scholars as to what these words really are. Stipulative definitions are approximated into official documents, Presidential Decree 1423 and Republic Act 3850, stating, invention shall mean any new and useful machine, manufactured product or substance, process, or an improvement thereof that satisfies the requirement of novelty, utility, and operativeness. On the other hand, innovation relates to any new model of implements or tool of any industrial product or part of the same which does not possess the quality of invention, but which has practical utility by reason of its form, configuration, construction, or composition. Innovation has been synonymously used with the utility model and industrial design. Aggravatingly, other experts have advocated their own particular interpretation, but with equally disparate results. For instance, Peter Drucker, the famed marketing guru, ventured in what tends to be pedantically obscure phraseology that innovation is the specific tool of entrepreneurs, the means by which they exploit change as an opportunity for a different business or a different service. Whereas a more plain version is that of Patrick Smith, Commissioner of the Australian Patent Office, who gave a simple but idealized equation. He said, Inno, inno, uh, innovation equals research plus development plus commercialization. Anyways, I beg to differ. I uphold commercialization is not a given factor for sure to happen with innovation. Innovation equates only to R&D, research plus development, educated guess in making available what commerce might exchange money for. Unfortunately, there's no guarantee for success in guessing, even while learned. That's why a number of otherwise good innovations, and that's many enough to make a point, sadly end up in death by misadventure, even when not able to sustain forecasted cash flow. Whereupon, innovation and commercialization look at different uh, issues with different lenses and at different timelines. Still and all, Dr. Farag Musa, honorary president of IFIA, struck some opposition on his account of innovation as all forms of technological achievement not previously used in the enterprise itself, uh, even if it existed in other enterprises. The second part of his statement, ad lib critics decry, loses the novelty trait of innovation. And to top it all, the WIPO ministerially pronounced that no international treaty defines these concepts of invention and innovation, and that laws in various countries' jurisdictions differ from each other. Therefore, it is not possible to give universally accepted definitions of the various forms of intellectual property. At this juncture, allow me to put in my 2 cents worth. For a working definition, I humbly submit that innovation is the introduction of a creative idea for a new or improved product, process, service, or device provided in actual model or enabling description or drawing to make a meaningful impact in the market or society. This colloquial primary sense delivers three connotations. One, innovation is applied creativity. It is taking action, transforming an imagined opportunity into reality. Connotation two, even while no actual model is made available, an innovation is treated as if it were so. It is deemed in patenting speak as in constructive reduction to practice. This because its formal specification and drawing disclosures presumably enable a person with ordinary skill to build and use them without undue research or experimentation. Connotation 3. Innovation is an intellectual property broad class called genus, with members distinguishable from each other by characteristic features called differentia. Genus and differentia combine to produce a definition. To illustrate, our definition of the word invention identifies innovation as genus, wherein utility model and industrial design also belong, and then specifies it has novelty, utility, and inventive step as characteristic differential features. Accordingly, utility model is an innovation that has novelty and utility respectively, and industrial design is an innovation that has novelty. By our experience in the Philippines, this uncomplicated explanation is readily understood by audiences of aspirant and mainstream innovators. In conclusion, the preceding, literally defining moment represents just a small part of intellectual property literacy, but aspiringly resonates our big wishes to do a 100-degree turn in learning. Thank you and mabuhay!